Doesn't always work, but it's entertaining, and that's what you want to see a lot of the time as the audience, right? It's just cool when teams are not afraid to do different things that other players aren't running, and when they are finding success with it, it's giving them quite an edge in the draft because teams need to start suddenly approaching the games against you very differently with either bans or overall like just approach to the game. I thought we were maybe going to see something different out of Dendi in this game because we had this talk about, okay, Dendi seems to be doing best for this team when he's playing something that scales. Tiny does do that, obviously. This hero can scale very well, and he's playing with 1,000,000 minus armor, so he's going to hit really hard when he gets an Ags. But there are maybe other options, and like Fear pointed out, this puck was probably pretty straightforward that was coming out, so maybe you could have banned that and taken a different path. But at the very least, this matchup is good for Tiny, and I think Dendi is going to be doing just fine.
Absolutely, and a nice PSA there from Dendi as well. MMR is indeed just a number for all of you out there. Don't get too upset when you lose games. Just a number.
Maybe that's the secret to Bait doing better this season is that they just stopped looking at their MMR and they got more confident.
Oh, that might be it.
Lodine could block off Flea here if he skills shards. This is...
He does.
Oh, he did get him there.
Yep, Flea.
Don't think it's enough, though.
Yeah, he'll run the other way. Russell gonna cop a fair bit of damage as well, but is gonna be just fine though. He'll go back the other way, so Lodine.
Oh, Flea started boots on this disruptor, so he's gonna have to ferry out a pack of tangos, but I think the bigger concern in this bottom lane is I don't really like this item on disruptor, I think, as the starter, because effectively what your hero does is you either skill Glimpse or Thunderstrike, right? And then you want to trade, but with these boots, I think if you get isolated by Tusk in the shards, sure, it's a way for you to get away, but if you trade like once or twice, you're actually out of stuff and you have to go back. You don't have any way of regaining mana to cast your spells consistently. Maybe it's just a play style for the player that Flea likes playing with boots when he's 4, but I don't think this is like... To me, this isn't the go-to you do on every 4 anymore like it was a while back.
Yeah.
We see a lot of other 4s in other regions especially start out with more stats, with Fairy Fire, with Tango and Mango so that you can keep trading. Okay, he's going to Glimpse here to try to pull the wave with the shards, though.
Nice shards.
Yeah, cool here from Lodine, but still, it is sticking here on Flea. But he didn't block the big camp. Lodine could actually maybe connect this on the range creep. He needs to get shot now by the Satyr. He's trying to. Oh, yep, he got it.
Beautiful.
That is actually... This is one of the things, like, we're talking about this maybe an unreasonable amount, but it's actually pretty important that this happened. Oh, Flea...
Wait,
Flea
what?
lost the whole wave.
What?
Uh-oh.
How did that happen?
Yeah, so he went up the high ground and they just stopped following him. This cannot have been on purpose, right?
I mean, did he not right-click the things as he was on the staircase, the creeps?
That might have been what... I wasn't looking there, because this, like, never happens, right?
Oh,
so that must have been what happened, but... I'm thinking to myself, is this better when the range creep does already get pulled into that hard camp? Is it better to just cut the pull entirely and try to stack a double wave? I don't know, but...
Oh no, it's getting worse. The shards will block the creeps in, Lodine.
He didn't aggro to the creeps though. So this time it will work for Flea. He's gonna go and get this pull up the high ground this time, surely. There we go. Gets the following vision on them. He's gonna pull these between the 2 towers, so that's pretty standard. Let's have a look at the other lane. So Tiny against Puck is, I would say, Tiny favored, at least slightly. But both heroes will generally farm pretty well. And this top lane, we saw it yesterday. Bait playing the Weaver plus Alchemist. They were playing against an Undying and managed to draw that lane. This time around, I think their conditions are significantly better. I think this lane actually is hard to play into as 5 clockwork because Weaver's just going to constantly harass you and he can always just escape you, so you can never trade. And the Alchemist offers quite a bit of bonus physical damage for the Weaver if it comes to a trade. So that does mean that Funnick will more than likely find good net worth up here. He's managed to now pull a wave between the towers. He's going to cut this into a 4v3 creep situation. This is really good. He's going to readjust the wave here to kill his range creep. Then he's going to kill 2 more melee creeps. And he's going to get the Flag Bearer as well. And this frees up to Stomanen to do whatever he wants. He's going to go and grab the Bounty Rune. And Sunlight is trying to navigate this top lane, obviously, by trading off, pulling creeps into tower. But I would say, considering the matchup top, I think Bait are pretty happy with this.
No, it's a real shame for DogChamp, because kind of like you said, with the Pulseful Weaver, you really can't punish anyone. Like, Stomanen can always get away. Funnick's getting away with way too much on the Alk, and Well, this poor Drow is just kind of relegated to pulling the small camp and trying to reset the equilibrium in the creep wave, but
Sunlight's done a good job at CSing everything he's had access to, right? So he's still top of the net worth. It's not, I don't want to paint the picture that this Drow is getting owned. That's not what's happening, but you got to keep in mind that this is a clock Drow lane against Weaver Alk, and Alk is finding good farm. They both have 18 and 19 CS respectively. Drow in a lot of the situations where she's playing against a melee offlaner wants to dominate the lane, right? Just constantly harass with frost arrows to get the clockwork, but with what they've accomplished up here, this lane is effectively going to end up being pretty much a draw. And that seems to be what Bait are able to accomplish when they run these two heroes together. It happened yesterday as well.
yeah, absolutely. How even Bloody Nine going to lose his courier here to Stominant.
Yoink.
Not much he can do about it. What about the mid lane? Like, you've got RCY against Dendy here. It seems like both sides are quite even, so I suppose there's not really too much to talk about. As bottom lane, Russell. Oh, Jimmy Russell, he might be in trouble here.
He has 20 more move speed than Tusk, so he's going to suicide to this camp.
Nice deny. Get away with it.
Unfortunately for him, he's dead because this death timer is long when you die to this camp, right? He's going to lose a full wave in the tower. Disruptor is going to go and claim this experience, of course, but this does mean that when Beastmaster shows back up down here, he'll be almost a full level behind the sniper. And when Tusk hits level 3, these two heroes pack a serious punch together. You just shard in the Beastmaster, you snowball on him, you pop your tag team and go to town with Sniper just laying into him with shrapnel and attacks. So this is going to become very difficult, I think, for Russell soon enough. For now, it's Flea on the receiving end, though. Great shards here.
Tag team popped as well. Flea going to pop the kinetic field and just try to run away, and we'll make it. And Russell's getting aggressive. Stonebank
has 10 sticks.
He's getting low, but like you said, stick charges are up, so Russell now the one in danger, and Stonebank able to pick up the killers. Flea is still around. Oh, the Savior Buddy syndrome. It's not going to pay off. Wait.
Hello.
What? What? What do you mean? Well,
I think he could have shot him again. I don't know. Well,
all right. Never mind. The creeps may be more important to Stonebank.
They want loading to chase him down now on his own. Ah, man.
All right.
Sniper didn't want to bother with this filthy peasant. I mean, he's going to have to spend his entire mana pool on this kill, but, you know, he got him. Yeah, I don't know. I think Stonebank maybe thought he already had the kill, or maybe he ran out of... Did he pop take aim and he was too slow or something? I'm not sure.
I think he did pop take aim and maybe the fog kind of kicked in. I suppose, yeah, he probably just thought, screw it, I don't want to miss the creep wave.
Maybe.
RCY. Shards out. We'll see if they can catch out the puck, but he's always got the orb away, and Dendy's not going to land the avalanche in time. A little bit unfortunate there, and Flea will obviously just fill up the bottle here of RCY. Give him the reset. It's a pretty close affair between these two teams. Still 2-0, 1k net worth lead the way of Bait. But it does feel like, at the very least, the mid and the safe lane of DogChamp is going pretty decently well.
Yeah, my biggest concern is I think Beastmaster as a hero really suffers when he falls behind. Like, we've seen some games where Beastmaster just totally takes over the map. Yeah, good pressure here coming out, but Disruptor has rotated. Flea is up here with Glimpse ready, but Sunlight's almost dead, actually.
Barely not enough.
Stominant almost got him there.
Multi-shot not going to land on Stominant. He's all
now
right.
Flea is in trouble, I think. Oh, it's going to go on Bloody Nine instead. That will be a kill.
Why the hell not? Bloody Nine going to go down as Flea. He'll be okay to back off. And Sunlight, I don't know if he can stick around here.
I mean, this is a 2-on-3 and they're killing them, right? That's... And they have a double wave going into the tower that Sunlight can't even farm because... Oh, Funny might actually get away with this, too. There's no way Sunlight expects this. He has gone on the longest walk of all time.
Oh, it's so sneaky.
But Gust...
Oh, it's not enough.
Oh, he's done himself. Oh, okay. Well, now Flea is in trouble.
This is such a disaster for DogChamp.
Yeah, I mean, this cannot... I think it's not an exaggeration to say this kind of can't go any worse.
Yeah.
You rotate your Disruptor up here, you're 3v2, all 3 of your heroes die, your tower loses half its health, and your carry loses 3 waves of creeps in the tower. That was just flat out perfect from Bait, given the circumstances that they get this kind of a trade-off. They're over the moon up top for sure.
It's just terrible. I mean, I was just saying how well the top lane went here for this Drow Ranger, but it doesn't really feel like the case anymore, as well, Funny's the one that's really starting to have a good time here on the Alchemist. The Bloody Nine, Sunlight, they're going to show up. Funnick just going to run his way out. They do land a Frost Arrow, but Bloody Nine instead tries to go after Stominant. They'll commit the coil for this, and it should be an easy kill for themselves. That seems like RCY. He'll get away with the killing spree of Stominant.
That's a decent kill when you get that bounty from the streak, right? Goes onto the puck, so he'll make some progress. Oh,
but the die triangle.
Bottom.
Yeah. They're just farming the large camp here. As Low9 will continue trying to farm that up. Seems like the sniper got away with most of the farm from that.
Yeah, so this is what Beastmaster usually has to resort to when he loses his lane, right? He's going to be maxing the axes, and then he's going to go and farm stacks. But obviously, since this has been meta for quite a while, the teams are very well aware that this is going to happen. And fortunately for Bait, Sniper is incredible at stealing stacks. You shrapnel the stack, you shrapnel the side, and it's hard for Beastmaster to even come in there and contest it whatsoever. You can throw some axes, but you can't necessarily grab all of it. And Puck rotating over even to try to help didn't really yield the best results there. So another win for Bait in my book in this bottom lane. Stonebank now almost has a 9-minute Maelstrom and treads off to a very, very hot start. And I personally think this is a great sniper game. Like, there's very few threats to you. There's Clockwork who can jump you. And you can get coiled by Puck in the backline, but both heroes you can itemize against with Pike. It feels like it's going to offer you a lot of protection. Flea will get absolutely obliterated here.
Yeah,
By
Stonebank
Tusk Sniper.
He's still having a great old time. The Sniper 2-0-0 now, top of the net worth board. And actually, all 3 cores on the side of Beta top of the net worth. So maybe you could just argue all 3 lanes have been won, even if it's quite slightly as Dendy.
Oh, I think that's fair to say.
It's going to find bloody 9.
It's also, I think sometimes, like, winning a lane for me is not always about, okay, do you have more gold than the opponent, right? For me, a lane win is relative. It's like, if you're doing better than you're supposed to, it's a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you have a lane that's supposed to get absolutely stomped and you have the same net worth as the enemy minute 10, you won the lane because you outperformed expectations, right? And in this case, I think it's completely fair to say Bait have won all 3 lanes. The Tiny has 400 more net worth than the Puck. I think that's kind of an even lane, so I would say it's a slight win for Tiny. Maybe it's a draw, I don't know, but it's pretty close. Bottom lane is absolutely an avalanche for Stonebank is just completely rolling over the Beastmaster. He almost doubling his net worth minute 10. And the Alchemist off lane, yeah, it's an Alchemist with 2 points in Grieval's Greed, so you have the same net worth as Drow. Is that really a win? I think so. I think this top lane was supposed to go worse than it did for them, so I mean, you can't really argue against that after they got 3 kills, 2v3. Right?
Yeah.
That is pretty much the dream. So everything going Bait right now.
Absolutely, just swimmingly here for the side of Bait. You can just kind of sit back and farm now. Like, you do still have an Alchemist on your side of things. That I do wonder, like, if Funnick's going back for a Crimson Guard like we saw the other day, because he is building into a Vanguard right now.
Yeah, so he went Crest. Hang on, I'm hearing a glimpse. Was that defensive? It was defensive, okay. So he went Crest into Crimson the other day, and that was... I think the Crimson Guard was against... Oh, hang on, Dendy.
Yeah, it's a big kill if they can find it.
No glimpse for him, though.
No, certainly not. He gets the Avalanche off, but there's 4 heroes in the mid lane. They do have Low9 around with the shards out to block the way, and Dendy, he's still surviving. Orb's going to be there, but they juke out with the snowball. They're going to be all right, as now they look to turn it. Stominant giving the vision over. He will drop, but it doesn't matter. They'll get away with Dendy, and that's probably much more important.
That was a real kamikaze Weaver right there. Just ran straight into the tower against 4 heroes and got killed. I think Dendy was fine, but okay. I mean, it's a valiant effort. You know, he sent a message: "Don't mess with my Dendy." You know, but
yeah,
probably an unnecessary death there for Stomanen, but not the biggest of deals. And that was a big rotation for DogChamp. Keep in mind, they brought so many heroes, and 2 of them actually have to return to Fountain now to restore. So the Puck and Disrupt are out of play for half a minute as they run back, whereas all of Bait's heroes are still good to go. Moving around, looking for something bottom, but there's nobody to be found yet. Beastmaster is again retreated to the jungle. And yeah, you're right, Funnick is just straight up going Crimson. I mean, so yesterday he bought it against, was it a Beastmaster as well?
It was.
Yeah, so he bought it against the summons of Beastmaster, and while that is kind of good, I'm still not sold on this item having enough value, but they made it work.
Oh, bot lane.
Yeah, that's just...
Jimmy Russell.
Should have stayed in the jungle.
Yeah. Not having a good time at all in this Beastmaster. And yeah, I mean, funny, going back to the Crimson Guard, it just seems like every time he's against somebody that's kind of a Zooey hero, like a Beastmaster or a Lycan, he just goes for this build-up. And I mean, if it works, it works, right? Like, we may not think it's the most amazing meta kind of item pick, but Funnick seems to believe it's the way to go.
Yeah, is the Weaver going the Crest this time? No, so Weaver's going Hammer, which he did last time as well. But that means they're just skipping the medallion unless Tusk is getting that. Tusk has no gold, so who knows what he's getting once he ever gets his hands on some money. Last time Funnick went medallion into dagger into crest, I think. So I wonder what the change of attitude is here. If that's because Dendi has a blink on his mid hero, that he feels like, okay, now I don't have to initiate with dagger. We have Tusk shards as well. Some of the components are obviously different this time.
Oh, nice smoke break from Lodine.
He is going to get glimpsed. Nothing to snowball on in time. The camp was farmed, or he might have actually been able to... Oh, nice try.
Yeah.
But
still, at the very least, he does save Stonebank, because that's where they were headed. So he does at least tank the gank for his sniper.
These kills from DogChamp, it's something, but it's definitely not what they're hoping for. I think the key for this team right now is to unlock the map. They need to get their hands on this bottom tower. It just has to happen. You're playing Beastmaster 14 minutes in. You don't have Helm of the Dominator, but like they have to put some emphasis on getting more space in this area, because obviously Bait took this top tower quite a while ago, and they're just out farming you. They're playing the map better, being more efficient. Bloody 9 might turn into a Bait. Oh, that
not
is.
Again.
What is sometimes these wolves have like the widest feet ever. They look like nobody was in front of that hook, but it has a little bit. It's a little deceptive. It's not just a straight line. It searches a little bit to the sides of the hook, so you have to create a little more distance between yourself and the camp there to get that hook shot in.
I'll tell you what. The past 2 days, every clockwork we see just can't land a hook. It's always the creeps getting in the way. I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah, like you said, the creeps sometimes the hitbox is a little bit too big. You know, what can you do? It happens.
Funnick is under an enemy ward.
Can they kill him, though? He's got the chemical rage.
I don't think these two can, but with +1, they definitely can. But yeah, he's got Crimson Guard and ult.
Funnick's the one trying to jump. He's going to stun himself.
That's some effective farming there. If he had acid sprayed before, he would have killed the camp by now almost. But now he has it for the wave, which is better, so understandable.
In DogChamp, I mean, it does feel like they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. Like, they don't seem to be able to make any kind of plays.
Oh, I thought Dendi had an Invisor and not a smoke. That could have got really, really dirty. There was there was a clock and a Beastmaster stacked up, and he had everything ready and teammates on backup, but was a smoke, it just broke. Still, Bait are going to use this Siege Creep wave to try to put some pressure mid. They also have the Meteor Hammer completed now on the Weaver. This tower's gone. I think DogChamp are maybe in a little bit more trouble than the gold might say here, because if they're struggling to hold these towers right now, Bait's lineup is very, very good at collapsing on heroes when they start being spread thin. Right? Alchemist plus Weaver, Tusk plus Sniper, anything with Tiny. There's just kill potential everywhere. And Bait can also be like, screw it, we'll farm. Because their lineup scales incredibly well. They have so much minus armor and physical damage, and that is something that scales indefinitely, basically, right? Historically speaking, some of these minus armor strategies are some of the strongest you can have in the super late game, because while spells generally fall off to a certain extent, these heroes can just keep getting bigger and bigger. And you're not playing against like one carry where, okay, we're going to shut down this guy with a Hex, and that's the fight under control. Sniper, Alk, and Tiny, all three of these heroes, if they get big enough, can be the carry of the team in any given fight. And they are. So Dendi is also itemizing that way. You see he's going dagger into Echo Saber.
Bank. Oh!
Well, you said it.
Oh,
the
man.
hooks aren't hitting.
It hurts to watch. The issue was as well, they had Hawks. So like if he waited maybe half a second, he would have been in Hawk vision. Oh, it hurts to watch. Oh, well, we've all done it. Doesn't matter. Moving on. 8-3. I mean, it just feels like nothing's going right for DogChamp. Yeah, I know you do. Right. You and I, we don't miss.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, I'm just... Oh, Flea. Living up to his name. Oh, wow, he got a mini fog there. It looked like Funnick was mid-animation to throwing the concoction, but just narrowly found himself a little bit of a shade there.
Does it go back to the Beastmaster? Like, Russell still trying to farm a Helm of the Overlord. Like, is this why DogChamp just can't really do anything as a unit yet?
No, I think the fact that if he has Helm of the Overlord, I don't think it drastically changes the situation. No, this is a very, very dead Bloody 9.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest problem that they have is that their waves have been pushed in a lot in the top and mid for quite a while, and they keep putting out fires. And then when they finally do make a smoke move, there's just been some good breaking going on from Lodin, like you pointed out, right? Or the Weaver. It's actually one of the biggest strengths of a 4 Weaver is its ability to just be super slippery around the map, pushing waves here and there at minimum risk, and then it's one of the absolute best heroes in Dota to break smokes with, because as soon as it breaks, you can time-lapse and just get away. Whereas other supports will usually expose themselves, put themselves at risk. Weaver has 2 get-out-of-jail-free cards effectively with his spells, and you need to react almost instantly. Even if you see him, you might not have the right heroes, right? Like,
yeah.
If a Clockwork has to hit a hookshot on you as the initiation, it can miss when you Shukuchi. If the follow-up isn't instant, even if you do hit it, he's going to time-lapse out of the cogs. There's plenty of problems, so... Yeah, bait. They're going to go straight for the big guy. And I don't really see DogChamp being able to do anything about this with the current map position. They look a little bit lost, I'll be honest. Like, they seem startled. They don't really know where to go and what to do.
This is what I kind of say. Like, it felt like to me, it was almost like the Beastmaster falling off just kind of ruined all their game plan. Like, they had an idea with this draft that just doesn't get enabled without this Beast being able to do anything. And I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like. To be fair, none of their lanes really went as well as I think they expected.
I guess mid went okay, but yeah, the 2 side lanes definitely should have both gone better. I think that's fair to say.
Bloody 9.
Another fight, another... this time it was RCY.
That's a big one.
That is a much bigger kill. I thought it was the Clockwork they were going to find there again, but RCY getting caught out. Yeah, this game is all bait. Like, they're just not really making any crucial mistakes. They're finding picks here and there, and they're being more efficient on the map farming. Stillmannen here will avoid trouble.
Here we go. Down towards the south they go. Bait. Oh, they're going to find Russell. Oh, it's going to land to oh, Russell. Jimmy Russell, he just can't catch a break. Leave him alone.
I feel like in this region, we've seen pretty much as polarizing Beastmaster performances as possible, right? We just had a game from TSM where Kasane had ridiculous impact in farm. And then we've had 2 games from other teams with offlane Beastmasters just getting absolutely pounded to dirt, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if the teams are... Because I don't think it's only just player issues, right? That the player doesn't play the hero well enough or makes crucial mistakes. I wonder if they're appreciating how important it is to pick this hero in the right circumstances. Because if it is this polarizing and you pick it and you get the negative outcome, it just feels like he's not offering much, right? He's throwing out Hawks, they get some vision, but all of the pressure and the dominance this hero is meant to bring to the table just isn't happening. And now he's a complete liability until this game ends. I just think this hero he's never coming back, right? Like,
no.
What is going to change the game here that Russell can do from a Beastmaster position? He can find some sort of a smoke move and initiate with the Roar. That's it. He's not going to be the terrorizing force that's going to force them to come back and defend bottom. He hasn't even barely touched the tier 2 tower. This one, as this is progressing, just looks like Bait are going to coast this until it's over. Unless DogChamp finds some sort of great team fight sometime soon.
Oh, here we go. This might be their opportunity. Problem is, Bait are the ones making the jump in, and they've already found Bloody 9. Static Storm is quite nice, but can they follow up on it? They'll commit the Roar. Funnick, he is going to drop. That's a nice target. They'll even find another in the sense of Lodine. As Dendi. Dendi also sticking around, does get caught out. Glimpse back as well. Stonebank. Oh, that's a big target. That's the one you really wanted. And it seems like he is set to fall. And there you go, Synderen. They'll find a nice team fight.
I love cursing teams. It's actually my favorite. It's like my favorite hobby. So what happened there is Dendi tossed Funnick while he was charging his stun, and he landed on top of the target, and then they both got static stormed. So effectively, they kind of got in the way of each other's plays, and everything just went to crap after that. And DogChamp obviously in a really strong position there, so they're going to capitalize on that fully, getting 4 kills, getting the Aegis, getting mid tower. All right, that is pretty much a huge swing. That is that opens things wide open. Yeah,
that's massive.
Blows things back wide open again, pretty much. And it's one of those moments where we can just sit there and watch and be like, that just should not have happened, but sometimes it does. Sometimes you jump with the Tiny at the same time as Alk, and you toss the Alk instead of the target, and then that ruins the play, and then the enemy team turns it around on you. great recognition there from DogChamp that that was a good fight. Like, they very quickly piled onto that and just got the maximum value out of that one mistake and cut the lead in half.
That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. DogChamp able to make that one work. And, well, suddenly, this Drow Ranger, top of the net worth board now, looking very, very good as Sunlight going to smoke up the rest of his team. DogChamp going to head down towards the south of the map and maybe look for another team fight. And Bait, they've smoked up as well. They want the exact same thing at the moment. Smoke will be broken. Bloody Nine, he'll find Dendy immediately. That's a huge target. But can they deal with Stonebank, who's sitting in the back and just getting damage out? It doesn't seem like it matters. Dendy is still in huge trouble and is going to drop. Still, Jimmy Russell does get caught out. So it is a 2-for-1 so far. Flea, also caught on the Disruptor, will go down. So not the worst team fight in the world for Bait. They still get 3-for-1. And RCY, well, he's been left behind. He will go down as well. That's a great fight for Bait.
I think DogChamp had no meaningful vision here, right? So the way this fight starts out is that they walk in, they find the Alchemist, he instantly pops Crimson Guard, and then they roar him, and they can't damage him. So Beastmaster fight impact pretty much ends there. The Drow is killing the Tiny and using everything she has, and then she kind of has to turn tail and run. And the fight's just kind of over at that point. So Bait really getting the better fight out of the way this started by just having better flanking, honestly. The heroes were just placed better around that arena that it ended up turning into. And this is one of the upsides of Tiny as well. I mean, sure, they kill him. It takes a long time. Yeah. Shear's just inherently tanky. 15 armor. And his armor is... So correct me if I'm wrong here. His armor being plus armor and Drow...
You're referring to the marksmanship, right?
Yeah,
like
that only ignores base armor, right?
Yes, it does. Only base armor.
So that means marksmanship does not break Tiny because he has only plus armor.
Theoretically, you should be correct because it is bonus armor on growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that does make Tiny a lot tankier against Drow than a lot of other heroes where you're like, oh, they're tanky because they have a lot of armor or whatever. Even if it isn't the case, even if it does pierce, let's entertain that idea. Tiny still has a lot of health, so at least he's that going for him, where a lot of the heroes that Drow just eats for breakfast have really high armor but low health, and then she kills them in 4 shots. Tiny's always going to be a bit of work to get through.
Absolutely.
So
it just certainly bought them enough time last time around here for Bait to turn it around. And it's kind of the thing, even though they won that nice team fight in the die triangle, it kind of felt like everything just went the way of DogChamp, whereas this time around, oh, my keyboard hit me with electricity. Well, what's happening in Dendy's PC?
Electricity.
Wrong tournament, Cinder.
Oh.
Wrong tournament.
Well, I'm sorry. I've been conditioned. I think I can't see that word anymore.
It's a great song. It really is. DogChamp. Grouping up again. 7K behind may not matter so much. We've seen them take pull team fights their way, even regardless of the gold advantage the Bait does have. And they are going to smoke up again, so they want another team fight.
Yeah. I think we need to keep an eye on Stomanen here, because we've been talking about the gold lead, but a huge part of this gold lead actually comes from the fact that Stomanen has the same net worth as the enemy team supports combined. Slowly but steadily on this Weaver, he has got 100 CS. He's building big items here. He has Hex on the way after Yules and Meteor Hammer. So he's going to be like an X factor against this puck. And I don't know if RCY is going to itemize against this. He doesn't want to buy Lincolns this game because it doesn't really counter anything else. Except Concoction, but if you're good, you're going to dodge that, right?
Yeah.
He might eventually buy BKB in this game, potentially, but the Hex, I think, is going to have really major value once this comes out. And it's also going to come as a surprise. I think the pace that Stomanen is grabbing items at is something that DogChamp will not be expecting. Top 2-2's gone. Roche is up in anywhere between 1 and 4 minutes. Is it just me or is Bait Radiant every game? Wait, hang on.
Yeah, Flea's been caught.
Good
Flea
Glimmer
kind of
Cape.
Just in the middle of nowhere here is the Disruptor, though he's still fleeing right now, so
He'll make it out.
he's fine.
Oh, the Sentry just barely doesn't see the ops. This is actually really good news for DogChamp.
Wow.
That is about as close as you can possibly be without seeing it. And that might mean that this ward gets to stay there full duration, and that's huge, because this is the one that's going to protect Roche for them in part. It's going to give them good information about the team fight that could happen there.
Or DogChamp, they'll group up mid lane. They're seemingly much more confident in their ability to take a fight.
Russell grabbed the dagger, Sunlight grabbed Shadowblade. So multiple ways now for DogChamp of initiating these fights that they didn't have before, so Bait have to be on their toes. They will likely get surprised in the upcoming fight with how their heroes are getting initiated on, so gonna come down to some quick reactions.
BKB now up on Stonebank. He'll be feeling a lot safer. There is going to be a big smoke up. They'll try to use that timing, though Stonebank does reveal the BKB under that creep wave. Still, Sunlight breaks the smoke. This is very, very dangerous territory. Sunlight, he's all right for now, but is he all right for long? He's still caught out. They'll lock him down. Sunlight's down. Oh, boy. That's one way to break a smoke. Problem is that's your pos 1 drow.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, Static Storm dropped. He'll stun himself, but also finds Bloody 9. This is just the pos 5 clockwork, though, so Funnick does need to be a little bit careful. Hawkshot. Oh, they found Stonebank. But Stonebank's all right. There's no follow-up here for Bloody 9. He's okay to back his way out as now Funnick. He's the target of the team fight here from DogChamp. And Funnick will go down.
Wow,
but
that was a great result for them, given the start.
Yeah. I mean, they managed to somehow turn this team fight just a little bit. Like, obviously, it still goes the way of the side of Bait because you found the pos 1 drow. But, you know, considering the terrible start, you're probably happy with that.
Yeah, that could have turned way, way worse, but managing to get the Alk, playing around that ward, right? This ward that they have in the Radiant jungle has been instrumental to their ability to just navigate that fight with Disruptor, finding the glimpse, staying out of trouble. Man, Stomato almost has the Hex now, by the way. He just got 2,000 gold in the last 3 minutes, so it's coming right up. He's just gonna Meteor Hammer the wave, Shukuchi through it, and that's pretty much... That's how you get rich as a support right there, guys. There's your free guide. Buy Meteor Hammer and kill waves and obtain money.
And mute your team, because they will almost guaranteed lose it at you later on. In my experience, anyway. Sunlight, he's found a double damage.
I think there's also a little bit of an asterisk that Weaver is probably one of the single best supports to buy this item on because of its natural ability to navigate and get out while it's farming the waves.
Which is something I never thought I'd hear another analyst say here, Syndra, but...
Lodian failed.
Certainly has.
He is very dead.
Do you just rush Roshan now? You've still got DD up here on Sunlight.
I like the sound of that. If they can grab Rosh here, that's huge. This is obviously something Bait's lineup is tailored around. They're Radiant with a minus armor strat. They really want every Roshan they can get, but this one is not going their way at this rate. This is going way too fast. Sunlight gets the Aegis and the Shard for his team. What do you put this on? Beastmaster Dive Bomb. Probably the best, I think.
It can catch you off guard pretty hard, but it seems like... Well, hold on a minute. Dendi has to BKB TP away, not feeling safe, but the Roar is there. He will get stunned up. He needs some help, but Funnick stuns himself. Oh no! Dendi's down. That is a series of very unfortunate events here for Bait.
It's getting sloppy. It really is. Like, Lodin has the solo death, the enemy team takes Rosh, then after they claim Rosh, they just invade the triangle and Dendi's just farming there, they get a bonus kill. Now they're probably getting the mid-tier too. If Bait aren't careful, they're gonna be... Like, the dangerous thing against when you're playing against a lineup like this is the next crucial mistake is Elena Barracks. Because
How is this
Beastmaster
happening?
Drow push so fast.
How is this happening, Syndra?
They're losing focus a little bit, it looks like. Just a little bit out of position, not having the right people breaking the smokes. I mean, this is one of the downsides when Weaver is pushing waves all the time, right? Then he's not there scouting ganks. But that means if that is how you're going to play it, you need to double down on doing that with Tusk. But he was dead before Rosh, and then, you know, it was just a cavalcade of mistakes back to back.
Stonebank, he's really in the middle of nowhere. Static Storm going to catch the Tusk, and now the hook shot. Bloody 9. Not missing anymore. Will find the sniper, but needs a bit more than that. The BKB will be forced out here from the side of Bait. Even the buyback being forced here by Lodine. It's a nice shard. Does catch Sunlight for a moment, but he does still have the Aegis up.
Oh.
He might lose it, though.
Whoa.
He's somehow alive. Sunlight.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Wait. He will go down.
Oh, he wasn't a sentry anyway.
Meanwhile, though, they found Stonebank. They've got the sniper. There is a buyback available. Stonebank not committing quite yet as the team fight does continue. RCY in the backside. Does find the Tusk, I believe, though. Lowdine somehow
That's
still
a
alive. I see
dieback.
why. He will die back. Sunlight's gone as
Dude,
well.
this is a total travesty
Whoa.
for Dire. My God.
What have they done?
That is...
What are they doing?
They they went so all in on killing Stonebank that they bought back their puck to re-orb into the fight in the back lines. He gets caught again. I don't know if the Weaver Hex just completely took them by surprise there, but that fight went... that could not have gone any worse, I think.
Oh.
That was a dive and a half, and maybe more like a dive and 2/3. I think that was a very, very deep dive. And keep that in mind. We talked about this earlier, right? You're playing against this lineup where, sure, you can all in the sniper, but it's not like the Radiant run out of damage.
Look at
They have
this.
so much damage. Dendi just got to cleave them with his crit. They have minus armor from the bugs and from the Alchemist, and yeah, the other heroes just cleaned their team up even though Sniper died. So definitely not the way to go about that, and that's pretty much Bait completely back in the driver's seat now with an 11k lead.
The worst part is Stonebank never bought back, right? Like, you think
Yeah.
with a turnaround like that, the Sniper would have bought back to, give them that added kind of damage, but he never bought back. He just sat there trusting his team would make it work, and they did.
Yep.
I think RCY got maybe a little bit greedy there on the Tusk as well, just sticking around for a final right click, but that cost him his life as he got Walrus punched and then couldn't jaunt away in the orb.
And this is something to keep in mind when you itemize like this on Puck, right? Once you're in, you're in. He doesn't have a reset item. He doesn't have Yules so that he can Yules into Blink. He doesn't have a BKB so that he can just kite and get out. Once he's committed into the enemy team, they're going to throw stuns on him, they're going to throw the Hex on him, and he's going to die. And he's recognizing this now by buying up an Eon disc, but you're a little bit worried it might just be too late once this comes out and the lead has become too meaningful.
Yeah, pretty rough position here now for DogChamp. Well, they're not out of the game yet by any stretch of the imagination, but that's going to have some mental damage there for the side of DogChamp after a team fight like that. Their faces did not look very impressed, I'll tell you. Can't quite blame them. Still Bait. Fighting back here, 9k advantage now. Not that it really matters considering you do have an Alk on your side of things, as we are going to have another pause due to lag. Hopefully Dendi's keyboard doesn't attack him anymore with electricity, of course.
Yeah, it was an interesting way of saying it.
Yeah, it was.
My keyboard attacked me with electricity. Here's a way with words, all right? Instant pause again.
Sound.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's, what's the next thing that can go wrong within 5 seconds? So they've had lag issues and sound issues and electricity issues. Heat?
Heat, yeah. Could be it.
Sunlight in their faces?
That could be problematic. T-Tube Tower. It's going to go down.
I was going to say a classic at 1 a.m., but that's not where they are.
So now DogChamp, again, on the back foot, not out of the game by any stretch, but need to get it together because these team fights have been very sloppy. Can almost say the same thing for Bait, but they've certainly been a little bit cleaner than DogChamp this game.
Yeah, I think neither team has impressed this game. I think that's fair to say. But the thing that's been most impressive overall is the better moments have come from Bait overall, right? I guess also I don't even know who you want to award for biggest mistake, if that was Bait's fight where DogChamp got to clean them up in their triangle or this dive at the mid-tier 2, but like if you want to look over the history of this entire game, Bait's laning stage went really well. They had a great first 15 minutes. They converted that into Roshan and everything was looking very good, but then they dropped the ball a bit. There it is, Heat. Wait, okay, so he lags for like half a second at a time.
Yeah.
Flea's had enough. Whatever, man.
Yeah, please, I screw this crap. I'm out of here.
I'll show you lag. This is what lag looks like.
Well, hopefully it gets resolved here for the side of Bait, because pausing every 2 seconds not the most fun way to play. Is Bloody 9 now disconnected?
That's 2 down. Who's the next one to DC? We are drawing what looks to be ellipses on the map.
Let's not draw anything. We've had some situations before.
Yeah, they seem to be keeping it pretty PG here, though.
Very good.
Drawing some regions, I think Stomanen was trying to say something about where they should be playing during this.
Right.
He was drawing a big area, a region around the top half of the map. I think that's where he wants them to try to push out and start playing. Obviously, Roshan is on the horizon. It's maximum 5 minutes away. That's still a long time, but step by step, they might want to make their way up there and start regaining that control. Flea's back. That's healthy. Let's see if Bloody Nine can find his bloody way back in. He can.
Which is ironic. I mean, considering they're not the ones that are lagging, apparently.
Yeah. I guess.
So who says go now? Who's ready?
Oh, that's a... Place your bets? I'm going to say... Oh,
there
too
we
late.
go.
They didn't say go. Okay, I'm going to say DogChamp say go now. Because now that Bait said ready...
So this is interesting, right? Because Bait are the ones that have paused. So this is Bait's pause time. You know?
He said go, go. Unlucky. It was close.
Very close. You got the double O's there.
Yeah.
Sad. Mid tier 2 tower going to be under siege, but just a creep wave. Stominal will sort that out with his Meteor Hammer builder.
I think this whole thing about betting on who's going to say go, it just reminds me of a really stupid thing we have in Denmark where the queen, she has a New Year's speech every year.
Right.
And the betting sites put up odds on which word she includes. So you can bet on what the topics are in the New Year's speech. Always a treat. Anyway, here they come smoked up. Dendy is going to break the one on Flea. Funnick is going to be the one to tank the brunt of the damage here, though.
That he is. Funnick in trouble.
He can't BKB. This is Ag Static Storm.
Uh-oh. Funnick's gone. Bloody Nine.
This
is
really bad news for Bait. If Stonebank can't reposition here, he has to stand his ground. He's not getting out of this.
No, he's certainly not.
Dendy?
Stonebank's down. Dendy.
Dendy.
He's trying. He's trying to do something.
To run away.
It certainly is. Dendy
is going to TP out. Okay. All right, so that is the Static Storm Axe reveal. That's about as much value as you're going to get out of that. They kill the... So the Alk was meant to break that smoke and just frontline. He was ready to BKB and use his Ogre Seal Totem that whole time, but the Axe reveal, huge there, coming out from Flea. And then they capitalize, finding the roar onto the sniper, and the fight's just lost. So very, very well done by DogChamp. And this could lead to probably not a lane of bear... Wait, can Dendy actually kill Sunlight here?
I mean, he may.
If Weaver was here, this could be a kill, actually. But they are just waiting for Tusk, probably. Okay, no lane of barracks. They do obviously have 2 glyphs. Since this would be the first tier 3 tower to fall. Dendy's thinking about it.
Yeah, he's still thinking about it.
Keep thinking, Dendy. Don't stop thinking.
He's moving in. He'll go for the double shot, but he missed one of them. He missed one of the shots. Uh-oh. He doesn't get away with it. He is going to be fine on the Drow Ranger.
Arguably, he does get away with it. But Tusk doesn't.
No, certainly not. It's Dendy, he's going to move back in now. Funnick rushing forward as well as the Alchemist trying to go after the Drow Rangers. Sunlight, though, with the evasion is still perfectly fine. Still going. In fact, there's no evasion. How did he miss? Never mind. Sunlight still running.
I don't think he missed. I think it just hits like a wet noodle.
Wow. I mean, it looked like a complete whiff to me, but...
I don't know, man.
Holy. Nevertheless, Dendy, he still finds a killing spree. Sunlight.
TPing. Oh, he could stun him!
Oh,
he did! Wait, what's that AoE?
that seems ridiculous.
It's the level 10 talent.
Oh, no.
The unstable concoction radius also works on your self-explosions. Actually, that talent just killed Drow.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen that before. That's some foresight right there. That's why
ridiculous.
He takes that talent. I mean, how much value can you get out of a level 10 talent if it isn't killing the enemy carry by exploding yourself minute 38?
That is ridiculous.
I don't know what's better. Puck trying to peel here a little bit. Some damage onto Sniper, but that's going to be the glyph.
Yeah, Bait will keep going.
Yep.
Tier 3 tower now under siege. Onto the mid-racks they go.
They don't have a wave. They're not going to get racks here. Hive Bomb onto Stonebank. He's rooted.
They'll also catch Funnick. He's back.
He's just dead.
Yeah, Static Storm will mute him. Stonebank trying to help out though, but Funnick is definitely dead. And Stonebank, has he stayed too long? He's just holding his ground as Russell now going to be under danger for Dendy.
Fuck out of that board, let me tell you. That's a dead board. Oh, Hex!
RCY! Oh, he's gone.
Disc was 7 seconds cooldown.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Uh-oh, instant Hex there from Stomanen. And then they chain those stuns with Dendy. And that's what I'm saying with Puck in this game. Once you're in, you're in. I mean, he bought the disc for a reason, but if it's on cooldown, it isn't really doing anything.
Oh.
So they grab themselves a freebie there.
I still can't. We saw a replay of that stun landing from Funnick. I still can't believe like how
the
big the
AoE
radius
looks
is.
absurd. It actually looks like it shouldn't hit even with the down. I don't know, man. That must have been on the edge, but
The face of Bloody Nine after that, he was not happy. Some words were said, sir.
Roche is up. It's being pinged by the Dire, so they are aware that this is a possibility. They're going to rocket it. Both teams are aware now that it's alive. And I think Bait might just gun for it here. They don't know Puck has buyback, but even if he does, his connection path to this Roche pit is really long since they don't have their own outpost. And Alchemist is spawning in 7 seconds. DogChamp not looking to contest it. This is very, very big for Bait to grab. Wonder who they give the Aegis to. I think there's a good case for not giving it to Stonebank. Looks like they're still giving it to him, though. I wouldn't have minded seeing it going on Dendy and him just playing super aggro. Just anytime anything shows, just frontlining for his team, getting in there and letting Sniper play safely. But this way, Stonebank can be the aggressor. And he's also the one who's going to be hitting the barracks the majority of the time. He can just shrapnel and stand and hit from the distance. And DogChamp have to contest him, or the barracks are just going to fall step by step.
It's been a pretty wild game between these two teams. 41 minutes in now. It's still a 7k advantage to Bait. Age is up now, but...
Yeah, the goal is almost nothing.
Yeah.
It's such a small deal. This is all about who gets the jump. And whether... I mean, Puck has been a really hit or miss in this game, I think. We've seen RCY have some great performances this tournament. I don't personally think this has been one of them. I think he's overstepped his boundaries multiple times. He needs to play clean for them to win this game at this point.
I mean, Dota Plus is literally sitting at like 50% each way.
Yeah. It's closer than you might think. I think Dota Plus in general doesn't like Alchemist very much if he's not very far ahead, because obviously the balancing around this hero is that he is pretty much terrible compared to other heroes at this stage of the game with the same net worth.
Yeah.
But he gets more gold than anyone in the game if he gets to farm. That's the trade-off that you have. So at this point, Funnick his hero is not particularly powerful. And that makes me wonder if this heart is actually the right path to take. I think he should get an axe for his Weaver. I think that would be better. He already has AC. That's nice. I think that's a very valuable item for his team to have. But at this point, you have to either commit for right-clicking style, where you pose a kill threat, which heart doesn't really give you, or a utility build, which is, most of the time for Alchemist, make other heroes utility because your hero is Alchemist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Weaver Axe would be cool. Tusk Axe would also be cool, to be fair. If they kick Drow into their team, they kind of just win the fight. But for now, he is eyeing up the Heart of Tarask. And he's sitting on a Refresher Shard. I don't know about that one, if that's particularly valuable for him to have. But I guess who else would you give it to? Maybe the Weaver, honestly. Just double Hex.
I mean, why not?
Nice. Double Eon Disc on him.
You shut down RCY every fight, and it's like, there's nothing he can do.
All right, here's a smoke from Bait. Might just find a random pick here. Dog are starting to slowly move out to the left. This is actually really good timing from Bait, and they have a huge item reveal. Dendy has the Ags. So Tree Volley can come into play with this massive minus armor strat.
Well, they
if
do
he
rush
gets
in.
to see targets, he will hurt.
Bloody Nine. The one spotted.
Stomanen broke his own Shikuchi. Dendy.
Oh, they found the Drought, but no, he's in this. Sunlight's all right.
My God.
They don't see him.
I still feel like Tree Volley is conceptually one of the most broken spells in Dota when you think about it. Like, when you do get to do this...
That's so stupid.
This spell is so crazy. But obviously you can counter-itemize it, you can counter-play it, etc. But once, like, it's just one of those things where, man, come on, you know?
The first time I got to see Tree Volley in action in a pro game was Tiny Morphling.
Oh, yeah.
That was, let me tell you that. That was an experience.
Yeah, Morph Shaker is another one of those where you're just like, really, man? Really, Ice Frog? You know, is that okay?
It was
Stonebank
amazing.
is getting Rex. They're just not doing anything. Okay, free lane. Beastmaster's trying to force someone back bottom, and he will successfully bring the Weaver down to here, so that's something. But Bait got what they came for, and all they had to do to get it was to kill a 5 clock. It's lag time.
It's lag time, all right. Lodine, no words even need to be said. He'll just disconnect immediately. I wonder if he's the only one having issues, actually. Like, he's the only one that's complained this whole game.
They're all at boot camp, right?
Yeah, so you'd expect everyone's lagging, but it seems to only be Lodine. Anyway, moving on. They do get a Rax in the mid lane, so happy days here for Bait. It still seems like this is one of those games that could just go either way at any moment. Like one bad team fight and suddenly DogChamp are back into it.
It's definitely not over, but it's starting to step by step mount more and more of an advantage now for Bait. And it's also about the nature of the fights, right? Where it feels like when DogChamp are winning the fights, it's because Bait are out of position. They're not... It feels like it requires a crucial error before they get the better of them. And Bait are just the ones controlling the map. So if this slows down and just turns into a farm fest, they will farm more, they will get the next Roche, and then we're talking 25k gold lead instead of 11. So, you know, I really feel like the X factor of this game is the Weaver. He is the net worth lead.
Yeah.
That's him. Like everyone else, the rest of the heroes, aside from the supports, the cores are even across both teams. But loading PC froze.
Unlucky.
You know what his PC is now?
What's that?
It's loading.
Oh, that's terrible, Cinder.
Yes, it is.
That's terrible.
And that is why I'm smiling all over my face, because if there's one thing that makes me happy, it's making deliberately bad jokes and forcing thousands of people to listen to them and facepalm all together.
Oh, somewhere in the hotel, Lacoste is smiling.
Oh, yeah, I know that for a fact. Lacoste is slapping his thigh right now. I was like, hell yeah, my man, that's the one. My boy. Nah, let's be real. Lacoste is asleep.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
he must have pieced out.
Yeah. Oh, well, what's the conditions now for DogChamp to make a comeback? Like, what do you want to see from these guys to give them a chance back into this game?
So I think their best chance, obviously, Bait is going to go knocking on your high ground, right? And the goal should be to, if Sniper is the only one hitting the tower, I think you're probably looking at a wraparound play. I think going all out on the Sniper when he has the Aegis is too difficult, so you kind of got to connect on his team, kill a couple of the other heroes first. Because usually what I would advise is, okay, when the enemy heroes go and hit your tower, you're going to hookshot, you're going to cog them back in, and then you're going to static storm combo them. But the issue is, if that is the Sniper, he's standing really far outside the base. And if you do get him far outside the base and you knock him in a little bit, that's not going to... Whoa, hang on, what's just happened?
Yeah, you're having a few issues now as well.
Damn, I caught loading.
You literally caught loading. You're out of here.
Shit. I might be back.
I mean, I don't know, dude. You got kicked out of the lobby.
They had enough. They heard my joke.
Yeah. Get him out of here. All right, you're back. Happy days.
So what was I saying? So if you hookshot a Sniper and you try to knock him into the base, he's still going to be pretty far outside. He's going to get assistance, and he has the Aegis. And if you have to static storm him for the kill, that's when you can get in trouble, because you really need that on the second life. So probably wrapping around and trying to find backline is the stronger play with a smoke. I think if you could catch the Tusk instantly and just kill him would be really nice. The Weaver would be probably the single best kill, but also the least likely to succeed, because you have to come out of smoke and he has Eon Disc. So you're going to have to static storm him to kill him effectively.
Right.
I don't know if you want to do that. So Tusk or Alk, probably the two best kills that I see that you get from flanking. And then it's about keeping a good position on Drow. If Drow does not have marksmanship broken and she gets to keep laying into heroes, you can definitely still win the fights. Like, this hero is top meta for a reason. Its damage is pretty much unmatched when it gets to just stand there and deliver. And Bait's lineup, in all honesty, isn't particularly good against Drow, except Sniper. So.
Well, we did get some news from Dendy just now that apparently they are in an internet cafe right now for the side of Bait, because they did have some internet failures happening at the boot camp. So that kind of explains why there's some issues going on here with Lodine's PC. Might want to ask for a refund, Lodine. Get some extra time or something. Very, very sad indeed. But yeah, it happens. We'll have to wait and see if everything gets resolved, as now Jimmy Russell's disconnected as well in the Beastmaster, so maybe he's having some issues.
It's a solidarity DC, we call these. And usually what happens in pubs is that somebody says 4v4 ? And then everybody agrees, and then you just resume, because nobody can be bothered waiting.
The gentleman's agreement.
Right. In Pro Dota, it's a little bit different. Then we say nothing, and then we start drawing on the map.
Yeah. Very professional.
Yes.
Thing is, though, the question is, what happens when the pause time runs out? We've had this situation before.
Oh yeah, how long is it they have? 15 minutes?
I'm pretty sure it's something like 15. And then it's like, well, you're going to unpause the game. Too bad.
So the Radiant team's pause timer is ticking.
It should be, correct.
Okay.
By how much, we don't know. But it's...
Probably a second per second, I would think.
I mean, obviously. Oh.
How long has it been? Their combined pause time in this game has probably been like 5 minutes, right? I think at this point.
Every time a game is paused, you always assume it's going way faster than it is. You just...
Yeah. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, absolutely.
This is absolutely thrilling. Yeah, I'm gonna say about 5 minutes has passed total because they had the earlier pause as well, right?
Yeah.
Which was give or take 2 minutes maybe. So.
Well, there's Russell.
Yep.
Lodine's the issue, though. That's what we need to see. Where's Lodine? I don't know what the internet cafes are like in, I believe it's Mexico that they're in right now.
Are they in Mexico?
I think so.
Oh.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You don't know, but you just randomly guessed Mexico.
That's my assumption because I was looking at social media.
Oh.
And I could have sworn.
3 minutes left, says the admin. Are you sure? It's 15 minutes?
It could be 10? Who knows?
If it's 10, that checks out in my head. But maybe we were having a good time.
What do you have an internal clock going on?
Maybe we were having a good time and it's been 12 minutes. Oh, he was like, oh, okay, I got 3 minutes. Oh, we'll magically conjure up a functioning PC right away, sir. We're back. All right. Here we go.
What did he just say from 1989? Loading PC from 1989.
Oh, I'm hearing a BKB.
Yeah, that's Russell.
Yep.
It's the BKB TP out of there.
They rustled his jimmies and he was out of there.
Oh, that's very funny, Syndrome.
Thank you.
That's another banger.
Yes, I'm just a factory at this point. It's funny how, when people say tell a joke, I can never tell a joke.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I'm really funny, okay? But
you're hilarious.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Just can't be funny on command, though.
No.
No, what do you know? I can't when you're looking.
No, absolutely not. DogChamp, they've smoked up as 4 now. Wrap around through the bottom lane. I mean, they're quite far away from the side of bait. It's going to be kind of hard to catch anyone out, but they just want to connect with sunlight, it feels like. Problem is, bait are heading right towards the Dire base.
Yeah, this push from the Radiant... I mean, both teams push really fast, and the fact that the bottom tier 3 tower is almost gone actually means that DogChamp might pull this off faster. They are down on a glyph, though, which is the problem. So bait will actually make the first move.
Yeah, and here come the TP rotations.
With the glyph unavailable, they're going to grab a tower for free.
Yeah.
And DogChamp didn't even deal any damage bottom. So that is a great read from bait. I don't know how much of a factor it played for them that they do have glyph and the enemy team doesn't, but made the right call. Russell has stayed bottom, though. So he's going to try to make a bit out of this. He has the refresher as well. If it does come down to a fight, we expect a double roar in the upcoming fight. It's pretty expensive for him to use his kit, so as long as he's rocking full mana, he'll be fine. 2 roars cost how much mana? 750? Yeah, he's okay. This other stuff is pretty cheap.
A DogChamp, still grouped up, still looking for a way back into this game. I mean, it was a nice attempt to try and smoke through the bot lane, but obviously does not pan out in their favor. RCY. Pre-volley. It's going to be able to juke it out. There's a lot of damage if you do get caught. Though, speaking of a lot of damage, Dendi does get roared up, but there's no follow-up to it.
That's a good concoction, though.
It certainly is, and now they've caught out 2 of them. Sunlight, he'll get the forced up to the high ground.
Tree volley's ready.
It certainly is.
Dendi doesn't see anyone, though.
They're going to lose Lodine. Sunlight still caught out. Dendi trying to move in, gets a toss up, but gets gusted up, so he's fine. But Funnick's on the chase. Meteor Hammer of all things going to take him out. Oh, it's disgusting.
RCY already on the job by trying to cut next wave, but the problem is who's going to kill this one? Drow can't do it. Beastmaster definitely can't do it. And Clockwork, no way. So this is a second lane of barracks if they don't buy back. Maybe even Megas. I think like Sniper And Tiny can claw through this in like 5 seconds.
And they're going to try. RCY
is actually in danger here.
Yeah, he is.
No
Avalanche will
disc.
land. Toss up. Dendi trying for the kill, the assassinate. Ah, it's not going to land.
And the Hex missing because of the Lincolns, so... All right. Well, it's still going to be the barracks, but at the very least, I think Bait might be dissuaded from staying. Nice force def timing there. And the buyback now coming out, but they've tossed him away.
Oh, no. At least they'll catch Dendi on the
Second
Tiny.
Laura.
Dendy's still just walking out of there. They don't have the detection on Sunlight, so Dendy's fine. Stonebank's the target. Can they actually deal with the sniper? It doesn't seem like it. They'll commit the roar again, but Sunlight's standing his ground. He just doesn't care. Still Sunlight, still trying, but no, Stonebank is fine.
That's satanic. He's just out healing everything. RCY's doing his damnedest now, but that's it.
Oh, boy.
Yes, buyback, but
I mean,
it's Dendi time.
it's Dendi time. GG's call.
GG.
Well,
All right.
A nice game here for the side of Bait. Obviously, you know, you can make the argument maybe a little bit messy on both sides of things, but nevertheless, Bait proving to be the better team here for game one. And
Yeah.
well, DogChamp, I mean, back to the drawing board for them.
Yeah, I think it's fair.